Hey everybody! Today's video is going to be my Q&A and giveaway video. I have all of the questions here and everybody's name with numbers on them, and obviously I do have more than just this. But I'm going to be going over the questions, and then at the end I will be letting you guys know who the winner is. I really do encourage you guys to stay and watch all of the questions though, just so you can have a good idea and get to know me a little bit better, as well as hear your question answered. I am going to be using a random number generator in order to pick a winner. I am not going to be choosing the winner. I just want to do it as fair as I possibly can. So just to let you guys know, I am not choosing the winner. I am using a website to do so, and that is what I did during my last giveaway as well. So we are just going to jump right into the questions. Cheyenne Hopkins asks, congrats on 1K, and what do you recommend for a heat protectant for your hair? Thank you so much. I am very happy that I did hit that number, and that is the main reason I am doing this giveaway, is because I really want to thank you guys. And the heat protectant that I use for my hair is by GK Hair, which is what this giveaway is mainly for. I don't have it with me. It is in the bathroom, but it is included in this giveaway if you watch the original video, and it is the GK Hair Thermal Styler, and it is a styling cream. I am more of a styling cream fan over the spray now that I have converted over to that. I think the cream is really great for blow drying as well as any sort of after styling that you do after the blow dry. So I really enjoy the cream over the spray. The spray, I feel like you just have to wait for it to dry. Once you put it on your dry hair, it does become slightly damp. So I would suggest looking into a heat protectant cream. Michelle Opie, and I actually went to school with her. She said, congrats on hitting 1,000. My question is, my hair has seriously thinned since I went blonde about a year ago. I haven't dyed it in over a year because of how damaged it was, and I've got most of the blonde gone. What do you recommend for getting my hair back to the thickness it once was? And I feel really bad when people tell me stories about how blonde hair really damaged their hair, because it doesn't have to be that way. That is a stylist's fault when something like that does happen. A little bit of damage is going to happen when you lighten your hair, but to completely have it thinned out and damaged is not okay for a stylist to do. So I am really sorry that that happened to you, and anybody else that that does happen to. The number one thing I would say is, since you said most of the blonde is gone, you are having your thicker hair or your original thickness of hair going back in. So if you are comfortable with completely cutting off where the blonde left off, I would suggest doing that. You still might not have the same thickness you had before, but you will have a new growth growing in from snapping off or just regular thinning that hair naturally does. So I would recommend, if you are willing to cut off all that blonde and start fresh, I would do that. It's great that you have not been coloring your hair at all during that time. And I would also suggest doing a deep conditioning treatment. I suggest that for anybody with damaged or color treated hair. So I would try doing those things if you are comfortable doing that. Otherwise, lay off the heat a little bit, maybe do like ponytail, braids, things like that, and that will tremendously help as well. Janelle D asks, who are your favorite YouTube hair channels? And she does have a few more questions, but I do want to go in order of how they're asked. So I do have quite a few favorite hair channels. A few of them are Elle Bangs, Sylvia from Elle Bangs, April from Hair 101 with April, Mandy from That Blonde Girl Mandy, Alexis May is another one of my favorites, Shannon Van Fleet is another one of my favorites, Sammy the Hairstylist, and I'm trying to think, I have so many that I love watching. Danielle from DKW Styling, she also does extensions. Those are just a few of my favorites, but I do have plenty of favorites that I watch. Obviously, Guy Tang is another one, more for his techniques, so those are just a few that are mine. And are you closer to your twin sister now that you're older, or were you closer before? For those of you who don't know, the only sibling I have is my twin sister Megan. She has been featured in a few of my videos. We have not lived close to one another in probably 6 years or so, because she did go off to college and I stayed around here to pursue hair. So she went off to college, so we have lived for most of that 6 years at least an hour or two apart. I wouldn't say that we are super close, because when we were in high school or going through grade school together, we were really close because we saw each other every day. But the older we have gotten, we just have different lives, different interests, things like that. But I love my sister with all of my heart, and she is definitely my best friend. Another question is, how do you make sure you are able to pay all of your bills for the month? If it's too personal, I understand. And for me, that's not really too personal. It's not like you're asking specific numbers, because I'm obviously not going to give those out. I do work full-time as a hairstylist, but the prices in my area are quite low. Just for example, I only charge $12 for a cut, 20 with a style, and then color is usually around $45 to $55. So I'm not making that much of a income, but I am keeping pretty busy, and it's enough for me for most weeks. I am pretty good at budgeting. I don't have very many vices. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink that much. I don't go out to eat too often. So all of those things have definitely helped. If you are one of those people that always have cash on you and can just go into a party store randomly almost every day and spend money on chips, pop, things like that, that is going to be your downfall in my opinion. I don't do that stuff. I only go grocery shopping and buy things when I know I have extra money and all of my bills for the month are paid. For me, I try to pay my bills at least 2 weeks in advance, if not more than that, just so if I am short one week, I'm not going to be in a crunch and scrambling for money. And I do have bills at home as well as bills at my job that I work at. I have to pay rent every week at the salon, and I have to buy my own product, so all of that does have to be paid. So like I said, I do try to pay all my bills early, and that does help me tremendously. And I actually do plan on doing a few videos on budgeting that have helped me, so stay tuned for that in the next couple of months. Caitlin Coates asked, I found your channel from watching your hairdresser from hell video. My question is, do you plan on doing more storytime videos from experiences you've been through? I would love to see more. Yes, I do plan on doing more storytime videos. I have a ton of videos that I am doing right now, so the storytime videos are on hold, but yes, I do plan on doing them in the future. Jessica Bellarino, and I'm sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong. She said, congrats, sweetheart. Thank you. My question for you is, I remember asking you a few questions on tape-ins, and I tried for only 3 days, though, because it hurt and I got tension spots that hurt so bad. I remember you mentioned you use fusions. So my question is, do you find the fusions thinned your hair out? Yes, I did find that the fusions thin my hair out. Whenever you lose a fusion, rip it out, or you are removing, you are losing a little bit of hair. With tape-ins, you do lose a few strands as well, but I find that it is way less with tape-ins. And if you were feeling any pain or tension, they were put in wrong. They should not feel tight like that at all or cause pain. They might feel a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? They might feel a little uncomfortable because it is something else in your hair that you are not used to, but they should definitely not hurt. Fusions, for me, they are just not my favorite. If you think that the tape-ins cause a lot of tension, I would definitely not recommend the fusions. They hurt so much worse and put so much pressure on your hair. So I would say maybe try tape-ins again, even if you just do a few random pieces to see if that helps, if they were put in wrong. But I would not recommend fusions over tape-ins. I definitely do prefer tape-ins myself. Heidi Bullpit asks, yay, I love your channel. Thank you. What are your feelings about balayage? I do like balayage, but I do not do the guy-tang methods or anything like that. I really do like to keep my lightener in foils or some sort of MB mesh just to keep the heat in a little bit better. The only time I ever do it like freehand where it's just like sitting out is if somebody just wants a little pop of color on the ends throughout their other color and I'm not having to do too much. I usually do foilage and that is what I prefer, but I do like the look of balayage. I just don't prefer that technique for myself. Kimberly McGill, and she also went to school with me, she said, which hair color would be better, orange or bright purple? I definitely am not an orange hair fan. I do like bright purple, so I would definitely say bright purple. Brittany Edwards asks, could you do a video on how to properly curl your hair with the curling wand and to get different curls? Yes, I can do that. My hair is really short right now, so I could probably do it on a mannequin or something like that. So if you are interested in that, let me know. Otherwise, I will have to wait until I get a full head of extensions back in, which I'm not sure when that will be, or I can do it on the mannequin, so just let me know. Catalina, I believe I said that right, asks, 1,000 people is almost the whole town we grew up in. Yes, same girl. So what's your favorite volumizing product to use on superfine hair at the salon? Favorite color to do at the salon? My favorite volumizing product is also the volumizing spray that I am doing in this giveaway. It does give a lot of volume and holds without being crunchy or sticky or anything like a lot of volumizing sprays will do. So that is definitely my favorite to use on myself as well as clients. And then she said favorite color to do at the salon. I really like low maintenance colors, so foilage is probably my favorite technique, or really subtle highlights. Those are probably my favorites just because it doesn't force somebody to come in, and it also makes my work look better. If you are doing a full head highlight and your client is not coming in at least every 6 to 8 weeks, it doesn't make your work look good as well, because then it just looks like really over exaggerated outgrowth. So I do prefer a lower maintenance color for clients. Angela Shanley Miller, she also went to school with me and she won my last giveaway, so that is awesome that she's also doing this one. She said, Sarah, you have 1K subscribers. That's so amazing. Way to go. Thanks, Angela. You made a GK believer out of me. I'm looking for some hair inspiration for this summer. What are you seeing in terms of cut, color, styling trends in your salon? So a lot of trends that I am seeing in the salon as well as out of the salon in magazines, online, on YouTube, things like that, is the lob. So right around this area that I have my hair, or maybe a little bit longer, and not too many layers. I have a ton of layers, but I do like it when lobs are more texturized than anything. So that is probably my favorite cut that I'm seeing. Color-wise, like I said, low maintenance color is definitely my favorite. And then styling trends is just really loose waves, or this fun bun that I am wearing. I thought it was really weird at first when it first started coming out, but I have definitely become a fan of it. So those are just a few things that I can recommend, as well as the duct braids. I am really a fan of those as well. Anna Denny said, what is the longest length you have had your hair? The longest I have had my hair without extensions is probably about waist level. I was in high school when my hair was this long, and I was also blonde at the time, which is really shocking. Blonde hair is really hard to grow out, so it was probably, I can't even, let me see if I can back up a little. My hair in high school was probably like right around my waist, and it was mostly one length, so that is how long my hair has been before. And I do plan on growing my hair out. RM Glitz 1986 said, great channel, thank you. My question is, what's your #1 hair product you recommend for dry and colored hair? The #1 product, not specific product, but just product in general that I recommend, is definitely a deep conditioner, and doing it about once a week, as well as washing your hair less often. So those are some things that have helped me with dry, colored, bleached, lightened hair in general, is doing a deep conditioner at least once a week and laying off the heat tools, as well as washing less. Rachel Ellis said, congratulations, I love your videos. Thanks. My question is, what is your favorite color line and favorite lightener to use? My favorite color line and lightener is definitely the GK Hair. That is just something I've been using for a little over a year now, and I am a complete believer in their products. The hair that I am doing, the color lasts longer, it looks more vibrant and shiny, and it doesn't look damaged like other colors and lighteners I have used in the past are. So those are my favorites. But aside from GK Hair, before I was using Paul Mitchell, I wasn't a huge fan of Paul Mitchell color, and I definitely did not like their lightener. It was just something that I never really cared for. The lightener I used before was by Redken. It was the Flash Lift. It is a little bit more drying than what I'm using now, but it does work pretty great. And the color that I liked was Kenra or Joico. So those are just a few colors that I have used in the past that I do like, but like I said, I definitely do prefer the GK Hair color and lightener. Kristen Moore asks, congrats on 1,000 subscribers, thank you. My question is, do you recommend Topic for people with thin hair? And for those of you who do not know, Topic is a hair fiber that makes thin hair look thicker. It basically is like that lengthening mascara that has fibers in it, but it is meant for your hair. I have not personally used Topic. The brand that the stylists in my salon have just gotten into is Eclipse, I believe is what it is called, and it definitely works wonders. It's great for if you have gone longer than you should with coloring your hair as well. It covers that, and it does work really great for filling in those spots that really look sparse. So I definitely do recommend it for people with thin hair. Casey Arazo, sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong, she said, congrats on 1K. My question is, what is the most challenging part of being a hairstylist? I would say the most challenging part does not have anything to do with hair, but having to almost be a therapist to clients as well can be sometimes really hard, because you're trying to do a service on them as well as be a very caring person. And I would say I'm a very caring person in general, but sometimes it can be quite draining because you do have other things going on in your life as well. So it can be a lot to put on your shoulders, having to hear other people's sad stories or problems that they're going through. And that is not anything against clients. I am happy to do that, but it's definitely something that you don't think about when you are starting to do hair, is that you are also somebody's therapist. A lot of the time they're with you in the chair for usually at least a half hour to 2 hours. That's probably the #1 thing that's hard for me as a stylist. It has nothing to do with hair, but it does have to do with clients and dealing with clients. That can be really hard, but like I said, it has nothing to do with the client. That has something to do with me because I am an emotional person as well. Crazy Days ask, what would you say is the best way to revive dead hair after bleaching and damaging it? Hair is dead, #1, as soon as it grows out of your hair, or your head, sorry, it is dead. But the number one thing, like I've been saying, is deep conditioner, lay off the heat so much, and go more days in between with not washing your hair, and that it will definitely help your hair if it is damaged. Paige Nordstrom asks, what are some good tips and your thoughts on co-washing hair? I've never co-washed my hair, and I'm not a believer in it personally, so I don't really have tips on it. Things like when and stuff to me don't make sense. Shampoo is meant to cleanse your scalp, and then conditioner is meant to condition your ends. And for me, those two things are just completely different. So I don't really have any tips on it personally. If it is something that you are interested in, I'm sure there are channels out there, but I cannot personally give any advice because I'm not a believer in it. So I'm sorry that I don't really have an answer other than I just don't believe that it is a good thing. If you are looking for something more gentle, I would look into sulfate-free shampoo. That's more gentle on the hair and scalp, so I would suggest looking into that. Otherwise, co-washing is not something for me. Dara Phillips said, congrats on 1,000. I love your videos and would love to win this giveaway. My question for you is, do you have any easy everyday hairstyle ideas for extremely thick shoulder length hair? The number one thing I thought of was Sarah Rexdale. She is a YouTuber that does random videos on hair, fashion, and a ton of other things. She has extremely thick hair and it is on the shorter side, so I would actually recommend checking out her videos. She gives a ton of advice on thick hair as well as styling, so go ahead and check her videos out. For me, everything that I thought in my head, she has videos on, so that is all I'm going to say. She's awesome, and I would also suggest subscribing to her. She is so fun. And then Destiny Felix, which is a frequent subscriber and commenter on my video, so I'm really happy that she did enter this giveaway. She said, I would love to win this giveaway, congrats, and my question is, how do you feel about having this amount of subscribers, and are you happy with the feedback that you get from your subscribers, or do you wish that they were more active with liking your videos and commenting? Thanks. She took the words right out of my mouth. I really do wish that my subscribers would interact a little bit better, and I have said that in videos before. The likes don't really matter to me. The dislikes bother me at times, but only because I wish that somebody would say why they didn't like the video. Constructive criticism is always wanted on my channel. Negativity, however, is not. The likes and dislikes don't really affect me like they used to when I first started doing videos, but the commenting kind of does bother me that people don't comment as much as I was hoping that they would. If you are somebody that is scared to comment or something, go ahead and do that. I am definitely doing these videos to help people out, so comments are definitely wanted and needed for this channel, so I definitely do wish that people were a little bit more active on my videos, but that is something that I don't have control over. Kelly Ray said, hello, I just wanted to start off by saying this is really generous for you to buy all these products with your own money. Thank you, I appreciate that. Also, what products do you use to prevent damaging your hair before applying heat to it? Like I said before, the GK Hair Thermal Styling Cream is definitely my favorite. Styling less, using less heat, washing less, all that stuff definitely goes hand in hand, so I definitely stand by those three things. And I also love the styling cream, so like I said before, check those out if you haven't already. And the last question is from Queen Treasure. She said, my question is, what advice do you give to girls or teens for hair care? So I would just recommend getting a gentle sulfate-free shampoo. Definitely stay away from Pantene at the drugstore. That is the #1 hair product brand that I do not recommend. So stay away from that. Get a sulfate-free shampoo, like I said. Use a deep conditioner once a week, or even coconut oil to help deep condition your hair, and get a thermal styling cream as well as serum or some sort of leave-in product. You do not have to go overboard, especially when you are not spending your own money. It is your parents' money. It's really hard to justify to them if they do not use salon quality products that you need to. So just make sure that you are using really good products and products that are meant for your hair type. So that is the #1 thing that I would recommend. So those are all the questions. Like I said, I am going to go ahead and go on to random.org, and I had 21 people, so I'm going to go #1 for the minimum and then 21 for the maximum. There we go. So you can see there. So I'm not going to cut, but I am going to click generate. Let me see. And number 11 is who got it. So let me just look real quick who that is. And number 11 is Anna Denny. So why am I yellow? Why am I yellow? There we go. Okay. Number 11 is Anna Denny. So go ahead and email the email that I have in my description box, Anna, and give me your information where I need to ship this. And congratulations, and thank you everybody for entering and asking questions. I do plan on doing a giveaway in the future, probably not a giveaway very soon because I do have some exciting news coming up. Thank you guys so much for asking your questions, and congrats to Anna Denny for winning these amazing products. I am really happy for you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you stick around and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye everybody.